All right, welcome in. I wanted to quickly make a video here, just a short video on a situation that has presented itself for this evening in the NBA. Basically, I want to talk about trap players or how to avoid falling into a trap. Quite honestly, the NBA it's a very difficult game because there's always players who are sitting out and trying to determine last minute who is going to be the biggest beneficiary of a player's injury can often be difficult. And I find a lot of the newer players are making similar mistakes. So I wanted to talk about it just a bit right now. Kind of the bigger news of the day, or at least the bigger trap that I see, involves the Sacramento Kings. So Willie Cauley-Stein is out for the Kings, and reports have that Omri Caspi is going to be moved into the starting lineup. So I'm already seeing across Twitter and across the industry, people saying that they're going to have to play Caspi tonight. He's a must play, this, that, and the other thing. No offense to Omri Caspi. I actually really like the guy. He's only $4,700. He always is kind of in this price range and he's going to score you maybe 20 DraftKings points. A couple nights he'll go off for maybe something in the 30s. So he's usually a solid play, and he already plays a lot of minutes. But him moving into the starting lineup certainly does not make him a must play tonight. And in fact, I actually think it hurts his value. So specific to Caspi here, let's talk about his situation. Okay, this guy already plays starters minutes. I mean, he's basically playing 28 to 33 minutes a night. That is starters minutes essentially in the NBA. It doesn't get much better than that for a bench player. So the fact that he's moving into a starter's role, he might not see any increase in court time, and he's actually going to become like the third or fourth scoring option playing with the starters than when he was playing on the second unit, and he was the main scoring option on the second unit. So I'll just kind of show this graphically here, and this is a site called StatMuse. If you can obtain an invite to StatMuse via their beta program, I highly suggest it. You can type in and see a bunch of cool stuff. But anyway, this is the usage rate for the Kings this season. So I just want to point out this column here, and I have it sorted by highest usage rate. DeMarcus Cousins, Rudy Gay, and Rajon Rondo are three of the highest usage rate players for the Sacramento Kings. They're all starters. So it should be no surprise to you that when Omri Caspi has to play with all three of these guys tonight, he's going to become like the fourth option as opposed to being, the first or second option with the second unit. So it's probably going to hurt his value because he'll be used much less than he normally would on any other night. Now, I might be burning myself a little bit because I'm calling Caspi a bust for tonight before these games even go off. But I think that's a logical explanation of what we can expect to happen here for Caspi. So just because you see someone enter the starting lineup or get, what is perceived as good news that he's going to be a starter, it may not always be good. And there's kind of a similar line of thinking in terms of injuries and who's going to be the biggest beneficiary. What I see very often with the casual fan is to simply see that a player is out. For example, we have Chris Paul here. So they'll see that Chris Paul is out tonight, and they will just roster whoever is directly below them in the depth chart. So I bet you Pablo Prigioni will be over-owned tonight. Whatever his ownership percentage is going to be, it's going to be too much. He's not going to step in and be Chris Paul's replacement. In fact, the guy who is going to step in and be Chris Paul's replacement is Austin Rivers, who's probably going to run the point for 35 minutes tonight. He doesn't necessarily have good value. Just because the guy who gets hurt in front of you is not going to play doesn't automatically give the player below them value. So I would also call Austin Rivers a trap play for this evening. So think about it. Who is going to benefit the most if Chris Paul is out? Chris Paul is a heavy usage player. Well, it's probably going to be Blake Griffin. So let me pull up this really quick here, and we'll just do... We'll get the Clippers usage rate numbers. Okay, so here's the Clippers. Look for guys who obviously have played. So Chris Paul, number 2 in usage rate. Okay, Jamal Crawford. He could see extended minutes tonight, so reasonable to think that he would be a big beneficiary. But you can see that Austin Rivers, either way, only 17% usage, not ideal. So you would expect this 24% of Chris Paul to kind of be, distributed evenly, which is going to give Blake a boost. It's going to give Lance Stevenson a boost. It's going to give DeAndre Jordan a boost. It's just not an overall who's next in line type of thinking, which is something that I see all the time with the casual players. So keep that in mind. As you play more, you'll get used to who's going to benefit from someone being out. If you're watching the games, if you're looking at usage rate numbers, or if a player goes out for half of a game, who came in for him, how the rotations are going to be directed for that evening. So it's kind of hard to do because a lot of times we have small sample sizes. For example, Chris Paul has only sat, I think, for like 3.5 games this year due to injury. So we don't have a ton of information. So we're making a lot of reasonable guesses. And again, like this is Caspi's first night where he's going to start. So we're just trying to be logical about the situation. But a lot of times we really only have one game to figure it out, or even like an hour before the game to figure it out. So think logically. It's not always a next in line mentality, and try to avoid those trap plays. Okay, best of luck. If you have any questions or comments, you know where to find me. You can comment here or tweet me. It's at DFS on demand. I'll talk to you guys soon. See ya.